1-0 win one. Just started. I scored from first on an error in center field.
I feel like it's true. It's just kind of huge.
That's my baby. She just got back from Southern Illinois. She had to take a friend home and rush over. She hasn't eaten, so I'm sure she's hangry. So it's going to be a quick meeting. But we are going to go into closed session for a very, very time.
They're just going to have to do
Quick one more. Oh, for you. Okay. Well, that's nice. Oh, wait a minute.
unless that's going to sit next to Jason. Why would you want to come?
I'd like to bring the meeting to order and ask that roll be called, please.
Feldman?
Here.
Hodo?
Here.
Holzhauser? Here. Humboldt?
Here.
Tyra?
Here.
Wagenbach?
Here.
I'd like to ask everyone to please stand and say pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now we'll move on to the public participation portion of the meeting. We're going to begin with Dr. Dearman's superintendent report. Dr. Dearman.
First time FOIA requests. Since our last meeting, we had 8 FOIA requests. This weekend we have completed all of those requests. Just some general information. Today we hosted our groundbreaking ceremony for the Dunlap Activity Center. Very well. Every major cooperated. It's been on the local news. Thank you to the board members and staff that were able to attend that event. Kind of an update on architectural services for Wildwood Lake. We are still in the process of securing an architect for our next project, building of a new Wildwood Lake. With the board election that has adjusted our timeline, I worked with Keith Kirk Anderson and DJ Hare to inform all of the architects, which there are 11, that showed great interest in our project. That submitted that we were adjusting our timelines, hopefully at the May 21st regular board meeting, may have something for approval at that time. It was supposed to be May 1st, and we adjusted it for speaking of which, May 7th will be a special board meeting to seat the new board members, and that meeting, the only agenda item that night will be the seating of the new board for that occasion, and that is required because of the timeline associated with school. We've had DEA and DESPA negotiations. Both are progressing, neither one of which are settled yet, but we are moving in the right direction with both of those. Thank you to Mrs. Ellis. She hosted a safety reunification meeting today with our SROs and our local fire department. And then lastly, I got a few things to present. As you know, we have some outgoing board members. I promise not to make this mushy for some, so I will be very short and sweet. The first board member I would like to recognize for her years of service is Dr. Abby Humbles. Dr. Abby Humbles, thank you for your service to the district. I will read this to everyone who shows you she likes. But I want to thank you personally for the work you've done for the school and for me as a person. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Can we speak individually?
Yes.
Okay.
Generally, we do this. We allow board members to make comments if they so choose.
You allow me to make comments, Abby?
I'd prefer you not, but.
I will anyway.
I figured.
Just a few things. Abby's been on the board, this is your eighth, I'm sorry, this is your 8th year, right? It's been a long time.
It's not on.
I'm sorry, what?
The mic's not on.
Kevin, you turn it up a little bit.
It's on, I got a green light.
We don't hear you.
Hello?
This is really not necessary.
Yeah, we got it.
I gotta have it really
Abby
close.
turned it off.
Abby turned it off, okay. So from, I think you started in 2017, 4 years after I did, I believe. And so many things have happened during that time. I can recall when we were in that room over there, right? And there was a lot going on, and the peacemaker over here to my right, Mike, he helped out with that one. But we went through a lot during the past 8 years, right? COVID was one of them. Boy, that was really tough, right? We made it through that. You served as president. How many years have you served as president on the board, Abby?
3 cycles, so 6 years.
6 years. 6 years, and if anyone knows, that's a job that's not paid in dollar signs, but other compliments. Let's say compliments. We'll say compliments, Abby. You've done a great job. I mean, you served on on several committees. Anytime there's something that needs to be done. I will say that's probably not the funnest committees, right? The handbook committee, the policy committee. There's just a lot of work that goes into that. During that time, we did the addition to DBMS, the new district office. If you recall, that was done. How many years have you been there now, Dr. Dearman?
I've been here,
At the district office. Has it been 4 years already or more?
going on our 5th.
Going on the 5th year,
Yeah.
so, correct, and then we just today did the new training center, groundbreaking, and then we'll be doing Wilder Way here, moving forward. So I want to thank you, Abby, for your time on the board. It takes a lot of time. I know she probably puts in more time than anyone on this board with all the committees she's on, but I do have a little something for you, Abby, from me. Just a little card and a little gift.
Thank you.
So the next 3rd Wednesday of the month, you can go out to eat while we're here. All right, thank you, Abby.
Thank you, Teresa.
Abby shaking her head. The fact of the matter is she forbid me to speak tonight, which those of you who know me, that's pretty well impossible, but I will keep it short. I just want to say, Abby, that I second everything that Teresa said, and add to that, that for me personally, I know how tough it is, but you've always treated everybody on the board and outside the board and everywhere else fairly and professionally and evenly. And for me, it's been an honor and a privilege to work on this board with you. So thanks for all your efforts and everything you've done for the school district.
Thank you, Mike. You've done a great job, too.
With that, one thing I felt, Dr. Humbles, for various committees, one that she was serving on was negotiations. She wasn't going to be part of that, but then in speaking with the DA presidents, they were disappointed she wouldn't be because she has, led a lot to those conversations at the table. So I went to her and asked her to reconsider, and she did. So I know we have our 3 new members here. We have Mr. Tyler on that committee, Ms. Holzhauser, so we will need to fill in at some point, but that can be determined later. But thank you for filling in on that, Dr. Holmes. Next person I have, not new, has come back, Mr. Wisdom. Thank you, Mr. Wisdom.
I'm not leaving you out, Mr. Wilson. Mike, I think started the same time you did, right, Abby? 2017, is that right?
No, it was afterwards.
2019.
Was it 20? I thought you guys were at the same time. Anyway, are you sure? Okay, well, 2 years after, it seems like that long. It seems like that long, right? Worked with Mike ever since I've been on the board. Of course, I'm the senior on the board here. It's been a pleasure working with you, with Abby. I didn't say that, Abby, don't want to leave you out there. I've worked with Mike very closely. We did the district office project together. Kind of challenging, but I believe we were on time and under budget, which is exactly what we do in the world that we work in, right? He was part of the pool repair, which was that 3 years ago now?
It's been more than that.
Maybe it's 4. Boy, time flies, right? He was instrumental, of course, in the training center that we just did the groundbreaking today, as well as working on Wilder Way and getting all that in order for us to move forward. Always willing to compromise. Like I said, he's the peacemaker. I will tremendously miss working with him on the board. Both Abby and Mike know that I'm kind of a number cruncher, so I'm always going to call them and say, hey, listen, the numbers don't support that. I'm sure you've heard that from me more than once, Abby. So I want to thank you for your time, and please, while they're awake, we're still doing that. So I reserve the right to call you at any time, okay? So once again, I have something for you, Mike. The third Wednesday of the month, you can go out to eat while we're all here.
In Florida with me.
Do anybody else want to speak?
Yes, thank you, Mike. You've always kept us in financial oversight, as well as Teresa and Tim and the rest of the board. I appreciate my service on the board. I've had a lot of good memories. I appreciate all of you. Mr. Hodel, your short time on the board, you've done a great job. And it's been a pleasure. Anyone else want this? Because it's not about us, it's about the meeting of the kids, so we can end this at any time. All right, very good.
And last but not least, I'd like to thank Steve Vogel for his service on the board, filling in for vacancies that we have, and he's done a very good job. Thank you.
I can't leave you out, Steve. I can't imagine what you're going to get in this little thing here, but I think you started in August, right, last year, so not too long. But one thing about Steve, and I haven't had the chance to work with you very closely, but you dig in, and if we needed you, if we needed, I think it was principal interviews you sat on, and others, you're always willing to step up, dig in, and do the work that's necessary. And I know we did see you there today as well. We'll definitely miss you. Once again, on the third Wednesday of the month, you'll be enjoying a nice dinner while we're here. So I want to thank everyone. Thank you for your time, your effort. I know from being on the board for so long, it takes a lot. And a lot of us, most of us work another job at this time too, but we do it. We do it for the district. We do it for the students. We do it to make sure that we continue to be the great district we are. So I want to thank all three of you.
One last word, I would be remiss if I didn't thank my husband, family, friends, and Mike, your spouse, and Steve, your spouse as well. So thank you, everyone, and let's get on with the public comments. Are you finished?
I'm done.
Okay. At this time, we'll move on to public comments. Is there anyone who wishes to address the board? If so, please raise your hand. All right, before addressing the board, I'd like to remind you of our process. I have to do this, the board policy 2:230. We ask that when addressing the board, please identify yourself, be brief. Comments shall be limited to 5 minutes. The speaker is asked to please conduct oneself with respect and civility towards others. Individuals with less than 18 years of age must be permitted to address the board if accompanied by his or her parent or guardian. The board typically does not engage in two-way conversations during the public participation portion of the meeting. Any follow-up response can be addressed by the administration at a later date if necessary. To be respectful of others and to protect confidentiality, complaints against individual students, staff members, or board members, either named or unnamed, shall not be orally presented to the Board of Education. Such complaints should be put in writing, signed by the person or persons making the charges, and delivered to the Board of Education Secretary. At this time, I would like to ask you to come before the board, sign the public participation sheet, and then the speaker may come to the podium and begin speaking to the microphone, stating their name and the topic they will be addressing. That's a mouthful. It's time that you can go now. Yes, I think you're the only hand I saw.
There's a second.
Was there a second one? Okay.
Oh, a third.
Hi, my name is Annalie Huntington. I'm here in the district. I have 4 boys at schools at high school, Dunlap Valley, and at Dunlap Grade School. I'm here tonight more just to advocate on something that's very important to me, my family, and other Dunlap families. If you don't know, one of my many jobs. I'm the assistant swim coach for the boys high school swim team, swimming and diving team, and the girls swimming and diving team. And what I am finding is that people do not know, just because you are not involved in pools with them my family is that our school is down all the time. Right now, it is down. There are a few kids that are swimming in it because they're hand feeding the chemicals into the pool right now. That is a very labor-intensive job, and the more people that you put in the pool, the more off the chemicals get. So I think they're spending about 3 hours a day, but only about 15 kids being the full day, and then a couple times a week, it's too often, it's not safe. So this is the 7th time in less than a year and a half that our pool has been down for more than 3 to 5 days at a time. So that means that we have kids, not only on the high school team, that cannot practice, but also the Dunlap Dolphins, which usually has close to 125 to 130 kids practicing every day. And all those kids cannot use our pool. So right now, the Dunlap Dolphins is renting out pool space at Bradley and at River City. During the school year, just this school year in August, the girls' high school swimming team, that team had to rent pool space multiple times. We had to use Arrowhead Country Club while the weather was still nice. The boys' high school team pool was down to 4 different times. I'm not talking a day at a time, I'm talking multiple days at a time. And we were at over at the Paw Pool, Central Park Pool, we've been at Richwood, we've been all over. This is not sustainable. The pool is not going to make it much longer. And there are so many kids in our district that use pool, from grade school all the way up through high school. We need a new pool. The pool is older than me. It's 49 years old. We're building an $8.5 million training facility. The pool was left out of that, and I think that's a real shame and a wasted opportunity. If we had a pool that's a part of our community, we could be offering swim lessons, which is a life skill, to students throughout our district year-round instead of just in the summer. The summer swim lessons that the school offers still look like that because everybody knows that they want their kids to know how to swim because it can save their life. It is very important. So I guess my point tonight is I'm just advocating for the pool. I don't think if you're involved, you don't know that the pool was down all the time. It's been down 7 times in the last year and 4 months. That's crazy. If that happened at a football field, we'd have a brand new football field. If that happened at one of our baseball fields or the soccer field, we'd have new fields for them as well. We need a new. I would also like to just take a moment to advocate to all Caterpillar employees in the district. I think most of you probably know that Caterpillar is turning 100 this week, or next week, whatever it is, and they are offering a 10-to-1 match. If you have a Caterpillar employee in your family, I believe it's also retirees, most likely. If you, no, just employees, okay, sorry. Regular employees, it's a 10-to-1 match. So the minimum donation is $25, and that is $250 to your charity. I would encourage everybody in the district who has a Caterpillar employee in their family, donate on the first available day. That is next Monday, the 21st, and put in for your match immediately. That means on Monday, do it right then. It's very easy. If you wanted to go to one of the parent boosters at any of the schools, when you go into the match system, type in Parent Booster USA, and Dunlap, Illinois, and then you can look for the school address of your school. That is how you will find it. I know that's where a lot of people get held up. You can't type in your school name, you will not find it. Type in Parent Booster USA, and Dunlap, Illinois, and look for the specific street that your school is on. That's how you can find the direct match.
Thank you. Anyone else wishes to address the board? Please raise your hand. Come on.
I just have a question. Who's paying for renting pool space?
When it's the high school team, the school pays for it, the district. And when it's the Dunlap Dolphin team, the Dunlap Dolphin team.
Great. Sir?
Hi, my name is Bob Funko. Talking on behalf of the school counselors at Dunlap Grade School. Good evening. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on something my wife and I feel concerned about. We've learned that Dunlap is in the process of taking school counselor, Ms. Chapin, and split her day between Dunlap Grade and Hickory Grove. Our concern with doing so is the lack of consistency, trust, and bonding the children have with Ms. Chapin throughout the day. I know other children, along with Ms. Chapin, have been, I'm sorry. I know with our children, along with Ms. Chapin, has been a godsend to have a 504 that need accommodations with a huge part of what the counselors need. One child has anxiety who has learned coping and strategies with Ms. Chapin's help. With split counselors, this puts more responsibility and burden on staff and teachers to pick up that load. Dunlap has an $8.5 million athletic training center that is funded entirely from the district's reserves. And I want to make very clear, I'm not downing or putting down this training facility. I think that Dunlap needs it. But I just want to bring that up because please tell me that sports is more important than a school counselor who supports child's academic, personal, social, emotional development. And here are a few more things that help students: conflict resolutions, bullying prevention, mental health support, and social skills development. In closing, please consider hiring more school counselors rather than shortchanging the children that need full-time and not part-time. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to address? Is this young lady going to address too?
Yes.
Okay.
We are, babe.
Hi, my name is Josie, and I am a fourth grader at Dunlap Grade School. I am here today to tell you that there is one main reason why I'm here today. I stand up for what is needed. I have had anxiety my entire life. It is something I have to work very hard with on a daily basis. I couldn't have gotten through many days without Miss Chapin and Mrs. Katie. I'm only one student. Think of all the other students who need Miss Chapin. Please hire another counselor and do not take away from what is working already. Yes, I wouldn't have been able to talk today if it weren't for Ms. Chapin helping me find strategies to get me through my anxiety. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you can make change.
Hello. My name is Jean Smith. I am a parent of a couple of Dunlap students, one going to Dunlap High and one who should be in grade Q. Unfortunately, my 10-year-old who should be in grade Q has multiple behavioral problems, and at this time is homebound. I have actually 4 points to make. I'll be very quick. Point number one is I want to give a thank you to the special education department
for all of the efforts that they have made over the past year and a half to try and find my daughter Susanna a place where she can learn and grow. They were able to get her into Easterseals Autism Academy. She was there for 6 months, and unfortunately, her behaviors were more than they could handle. That's not anybody's fault. She's homebound right now. I'm not happy about this, but I understand that that's the way things have to be. The special ed department is working on some home ABA therapy, and I appreciate that. So this is a sincere thank you to the special education director and all her staff for what they have done. But I've learned 3 things that I think may help students in the future as I've been on this road. Number 1, there's a paucity of homebound teachers, not enough teachers to take care of the students who have to be homebound. My suggestion for this, which I'm hoping has been taken up by the special ed department, is look to your homeschool parents around here. Homeschool parents have shown their dedication to teaching. They're good at one-on-one. And all they need is help with crossing the T's and dotting the I's to make them compatible with what Dunlap's policies and procedures would be. That's that one. Point 3, really, is applications for residential schools is a challenge in itself because each school has its own application. These need to be standardized so that parents who are already dealing with a challenged child does not have 8 different applications to fill out. I have been in contact with Dr. Nadia Douglas with the Illinois State Board of Education, and I'll keep you up to date on what she says on that. Lastly, I'm going to dovetail off of what the gentleman and his daughter said, and that is the impact that mental and behavioral health have on the education of students. And Central Illinois is a desert for mental and behavioral health resources. I'm talking about outside of the classroom and in the community, as well as in the schools. And it doesn't take a lot to see how mental and behavioral health can impact the education abilities of children. I have contacted my state rep. I'm going to be contacting my state senator. I ask you to do the same and or give me their contact information, and I will contact them because this is a statewide problem. This is not a Dunlap School District problem, but it impacts Dunlap School District as well as it impacts every other place in this state. Amen.
Thank you very much. Seeing no one else, or do we have one more?
I do one other topic very quickly.
Please.
Sorry. I wasn't going to talk on this tonight, but since it was brought up, I will go ahead and talk on it. A few things. So what the Clintos were addressing was, I'm pretty sure everyone doesn't know about this yet. At this time, I believe the plan is, the current plan is to reassign school counselors from PGS and Banner to split their time at Hickory Grove rather than hiring an additional dedicated full-time counselor for Hickory Grove. While we understand the need to support all students in the district, we strongly believe that this plan undermines the quality and consistency of counseling services for students at all 3 schools. Keep it short here. The American School Counselor Association, the ASCA, recommends a ratio of 1 counselor to 250 students. Right now, Dunlap Grade School, which is the smallest school in our district, has roughly 250 students, and they have 1 full-time counselor. We need to keep that 1-time counselor there. Banner has a few more students than that, I think about 100 or so more. They have 1 counselor. That's still not exact, but it's close. Hickory Grove, however, I believe has about 600 students or so, right? They need another full-time counselor. Instead of disadvantaging the students across all three schools, I think our district can hire another counselor and let them at Newburgh Grove instead of shortchanging the students in all three schools. I've heard lots of people tonight talk about the excellence of our community and our school. I know it's not state law that we have to have one counselor for 250 students, but I didn't think that we were doing the bare minimum either. I would like to advocate for another counselor for Newburgh.
Okay, is there anyone else who wishes to address the board? Seeing none, this concludes the public participation portion of the meeting. And Mr. Wagenball would like to make a comment before the board moves on to the information discussion items.
I just wanted to report that I and two of my employees went to the Career Summit on March 20th at ICC, where we showed several of our occupations hands-on experience to the kids that came. They saw our drone sitting there, and they used impact wrenches, and they tested grain and soil, and it was well attended, and I thought it was just a good thing. And I just love if this board and the staff and everyone can help push the trades in Dunlap like we've always wanted. So that's just my experience.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Wagenball. The school activity account reports are included in the board packet. Are there any questions? Information regarding the early admissions entry agreement with St. Francis College is available in the board packet. Are there any questions? Next, Mr. Etheridge will present information regarding the 2025 Chromebook hardware refresh. Mr. Etheridge? Hi.
He's our IT director.
I've met him a couple times. She's one of the friends that I Good. Now I just gotta get Teresa.
Hello, board. Here to talk about purchasing Chromebooks for the next school year. The currently used devices are Dell 3100s. We purchased those back in 2021. We purchased those with a 4-year warranty. That warranty is expiring at the end of the school year, which will put about 1,300 devices out of warranty and move repairs onto us, move part purchases onto us. We're starting to see more failing screens, failing batteries, general failure of the hardware. The new device we're looking at is the Asus Chromebook Flip. Its latest model has a 10-year end of life, has a real glass ruggedized screen, which should help tremendously with the screen breakage that we see most of all in middle schools. It does have stylus capacity, which Mr. Andrews has asked us to look into for additional capabilities with certain math classes. The original upgrade schedule that we have thus far created or accomplished was in 22-23, replaced K through 3, then had an off year last year. That was originally planned from the original purchase plan. For this year, we would like to replace 6th through 8th, which is what this request is for. Next year, we will replace the high school, and then 4th and 5th after that. If we don't replace them this year, we'll have increased costs, possible tariffs. I've already had to talk to our vendor once to verify that pricing is still good on the quotes that he gave us. There was a few days there where he thought we might have to go back to the drawing board and everything could jump up in price by 40%. Middle schools cause most of the damage to the devices. That's true pretty much in every school district, every vendor, every repair will say the same thing. So those ones getting out of the warranty definitely need to warrant replacement. If we don't replace it, it'll be approximate $50,000 extra in parts that we need to replace the out of warranty devices. And if we don't upgrade this year, then the ones that we're planning to replace next year at the high school will be replaced next year unless we get a double-sided order, which would just cause the issue of being low on parts, having to replace devices out of warranty to those devices as well. The device we're looking at, $320. The 4-year warranty is $92, and criminal license. These are all standard payments for any criminal that we get. Total $575,250. About what was estimated at the beginning of the year. And if you have any specific questions on these.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions?
I believe, am I correct that there will not be tariffs on computers?
Yes. So, from my understanding, which, given the past week, anyone understanding this question, the tariffs were initially implemented and then were part of the 90-day pause, but there has been talk of more tariffs specifically for computer chips, cell phones. They are currently paused.
They're currently exempted, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, can you go back to the previous slide?
Yes.
575, so, Mike McKenzie. Mike, does that come out of the education fund? Will that?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Over the period of the student's lifetime, they're paying a fee every year, which pretty much pays for this Chromebook, wouldn't you say?
It's $50 for the technology fee every year, which does supplement a good portion of this.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Information regarding the administrator contract renewal. Renewals are included in the board packet. Are there any questions? Information regarding the DGS Title I school-wide plan is included in the board packet. Are there any questions? Information regarding the Wilder Weight Title I school-wide plan is included in the board packet. Are there any questions? Information regarding the federal grant consolidated district application is included in the board packet. Are there any questions? Thank you for those of you who worked on those grants and Title I programs. Very involved. Thank you. This concludes the information discussion segment of this meeting. The board will now move on to the consent agenda. Are there any questions or discussions regarding items on the consent agenda? May I please have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you, Mrs. Holzhauser. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Wisdom. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Feldman,
Aye.
Hodo,
Aye.
Holzhauser,
Aye.
Humble,
Aye.
Aye.
Wagenbach,
Aye.
Wisdom.
Aye.
Motion carried. The board will now move on to action items. The bill list, treasurer's report, district investment report, and bank statements are included in the board packet. May I please have a motion to approve payment of the bills?
I move to approve payment of the bills in the amount of $5,108,179.21 as presented.
Thank you, Mrs. Holzhauser. May I have a second, please?
No, second.
Second.
Oops.
Thank you, Mr. Wagenbaugh. I heard you first. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Hodo,
Aye.
Holzhauser,
Aye.
Humble,
Aye.
Tyra,
Aye.
Wagenbach,
Aye.
Wisdom,
Aye.
Feldman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Information regarding the resolutions to intervene on property tax appeals included in the board packet. May I please have a motion to approve the resolution?
I had a question first. Are we getting results on this? I mean, I just tend to think we probably spend legal fees to do it, and
There's always progress that's made. I can get a summary report for you if you would like.
I think these companies are trying to save their own dollar, so, I mean, why wouldn't they?
Sure, we can get a report for you, Mr. Wagenbach, and I'll get that to you.
Do I have a
And the
mo-
rest of the board.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Can we find out what those dollars are?
Yeah.
Prior to? I mean, what's the success rate? Do you know, Mike?
I have a report that's kind of old, so I'll get a new one, but, No, it's kind of a negotiated process to some extent. We sometimes will get a appraisal, and then, sometimes it goes to the state level, sometimes we can settle it before it goes to that state level. So it all really depends, but we have been getting a lot of them, and our lawyer is of the opinion that we need to approve these on a case-by-case basis, and that's why we have these. But no, I work with the lawyers quite a bit about, they're offering this, we're going to offer that, kind of a thing. And should we get an appraisal, sometimes we'll split an appraisal with the county, but usually it's us finding it, because we're the biggest piece of the property there.
So it's a net gain for us after.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth having them. First of all, they know, people know that we're not going to just automatically approve everything. And secondly, yeah, we do definitely, we don't just accept anything without, really pushing back on it. So yeah, it's definitely worth, it's one of those things, cost of doing business. I don't think there's any smart way we can do it other than have a lawyer that we're going to have, challenge every large addition like this. So.
And it's not residential, it's companies, just so
It's commercial, generally. It could be residential too, but almost all commercial.
No, it wouldn't make sense. Okay, thank you.
Do I have a motion to approve the resolutions?
I move to approve the resolutions as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Hodel. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Mr. Tyra.
Abby, I have to abstain.
That's fine. Thank you, I understand. There's no further discussion. Could we please have a roll call vote?
Hodel,
Aye.
Holzhauser,
Aye.
Humboldt,
Aye.
Tyra,
Aye.
Wagenbach,
No.
Wisdom.
Aye.
Motion carried. Information regarding the Fortress Bank sponsorship contract is included in the board packet. Thank you to Mr. Wisdom, Dr. Dearman, Dr. Adrian, and Mr. Feldman for making sure that language was fine-tuned. May I please have a motion to approve the contract?
I'll move to approve the contract as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Wisdom. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Feldman.
Thanks for taking a back seat.
Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Humboldt,
Aye.
Tyra,
Aye.
Wagenbach,
Aye.
Wisdom,
Aye.
Feldman,
Aye.
Hodel,
Aye.
Holzhauser.
Aye.
Motion carried. Information regarding the 8th grade Washington DC trip is included in the board packet. May I please have a motion to approve the trip?
I move to approve the 8th grade trip to Washington DC as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Tyra. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Wisdom. If there's no further discussion, may please have a roll call vote.
Tyra,
Aye.
Wagenbach,
Aye.
Wisdom,
Aye.
Feldman,
Aye.
Hodel,
Aye.
Holzhauser,
Aye.
Humboldt.
Aye, motion carried. This concludes the action item portion of the meeting. We are going to move to adjourn for closed session. May I please have a motion to adjourn for brief closed session?
I move to adjourn to closed session for the following purposes as stated in the Open Meetings Act: the appointment, employment, compensation, and performance of specific employees, due to disciplinary cases, discussion of minutes of meetings lawfully closed, collective negotiating matters, and security procedures, the purchase of or lease of real property, and litigation.
Thank you, Mrs. Holzhauser. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Mr. Tyra. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. It is 6:43. Okay. It's so hot in here. I am sweating. I bet Teresa is comfortable.
Perfect temperature.
Should I open this down, please, or should I wait?
Yep. Good.
Can you look at that chicken ball? Let's look at it now.
Well, the camera's on, right?
Is it? May I please have a motion to return to open session?
I'll second. Tom
Yep.
first, I second.
Belvin and Wagonball, thank you. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, nay. Can I please have a motion to approve the human resource consent agenda?
I move to approve the human resources consent agenda as presented.
Very good. May I have a second?
Second.
I'm gonna give it to Mr. Hodel.
Yep, yeah, for sure.
Roll call vote, please.
Feldman,
Aye.
Hodo,
Aye.
Olshauser,
Aye.
Humbles,
Aye.
Tyra,
Aye.
Wagenbach,
Aye.
Wisdom.
Aye.
Motion carried. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Last motion, move to adjourn.
Good job, Mike. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hodel. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned 7:02.
I'm gonna keep these,
I'll open it now.